Welcome back. Great to have you with us here on League Life. Well, the most powerful part of our game is often the work that goes on away from the footy field. Far from the bright lights and fanfare, Sharks Have Heart is Cronulla's platform for contributing to real issues in the community. They support Skills for Me, a program for young children who wouldn't ordinarily have the opportunity to participate in mainstream sport or engage with their peers.
Both my children have autism, and some of those things that you take for granted, loving sport and being a sports person, going on the weekend with your family or going to watch a game or be in a game, and all those opportunities are now not there for our family. So that's sort of what it sort of started. I sort of thought, well, how do we sort of come together and engage in all those things? And Aussies, we all love our sport, and that's part of our culture and who we are. And I felt it was really significant to have that opportunity still. So by doing that, we're starting to slowly bridge the gap. We even had some kids that have been here for a little while, and then now they're into a mainstream team, which is amazing to sort of help them make that leap. Do you want to turn? Show me your catching hands. Great job. Well done.
My primary role is, to win footy games on the weekend, but, rugby league football clubs are so much more these days. We have so many different community programs, and, this one's probably, one of the special ones for us.
Inclusivity is one of the pillars of Sharks, and they're really passionate about it. And that's one of the points of differences about the program. There are lots of programs that are short-based ones, or they might be once a year, and it's a really big commitment to do something week in, week out through the whole year. So to have Sharks getting behind it is really significant, and I think it sort of speaks a bit to their community focus and how passionate they are about inclusivity. Dinner time! Run!
So this is amazing.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. I just had a chance to speak to Jason, his partner, about it, and what they're doing is brilliant to give families, especially around the Shire, an opportunity. The kids who struggle with the mainstream stuff, whether it's school or outside or out of school, it's wonderful, isn't it?
There was a little boy here who's got glasses on, and for the first time ever, a couple of weeks that he's been coming here, he's stood in the corner and he's just bounced a ball. And this is the first time that he actually climbed over the top of this thing and did the obstacle course. I mean, just to see the joy in his mother's face and for him to be included with all the kids, it sort of breaks your heart a little bit, but it's really special to be here and to know that these kids have got an opportunity.
Yeah, it's great. Obviously, it's an environment they can feel a bit more comfortable in, and it's probably, as we were saying before, it provides an environment for the families, the parents, and
better get ready to catch. There might be one to catch you.
Obviously, who look after the kids, an opportunity to come and have a sense of belonging and feel like they belong to a group, and for the kids to get out there and have some fun and do some stuff they might not feel comfortable doing elsewhere.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit of your story about your son David and what brought you to be part of this program.
Okay, so David has sensory processing disorder, which means he doesn't tolerate sensory input like anyone else would. He sees clothing, shoes, socks as a threat. So if you're trying to clothe him, he will go into extreme meltdown, he will thrash and kick, and you won't be able to dress him.
Here we go. Great job.
At school we had the cross country and he was desperate to run, and the rule is you've got to put shoes on to run, and he tried them on, he had them on for about 10 seconds and he just flipped out, can't do it. And later on, unfortunately, some children were being a bit mean to him, and it broke my heart when he said, "Mum, do you think they were doing it because I didn't run?" So it's hard. Yeah, it's hard. My story is quite minimal compared to what some parents have to deal with on a daily basis, but it just, we get here and everyone's, "How are you going? How was your week?" And everyone gets it. Like, they just know that you've had a tough week, but everyone's positive and you see everyone encouraging other people's kids.
1, 2, 3,
Oh, I couldn't only imagine, having a child with autism, but in the end, a lot of those families are special families, and to see them here today and they're happy and they turn up. What I'm really proud of is some of those kids where they've gone to as well. They've gone into mainstream sport, which is, I'm just really proud of the program and what the club stands for and does.
thank you so much to Skills for Me for having me along that day. It was so special to be there, particularly with the boys from the Sharks and Shane Flanagan. Sharks Have Heart is such an important community-based program, and to be able to support Jason, his beautiful wife, who run that program for so many families down in Sutherland Shire, is so important. Now, we saw David in that story. He was wearing the green shirt. He has severe sensory processing disorder. Huge breakthrough for David just last month. He put on a Sharks jersey. It's the first time in years that he's been able to put on a different piece of clothing, and you can't underestimate how difficult that must have been for him. To have that jersey on and the Sharks scarf and hat is absolutely incredible. So congratulations to Dave and his beautiful parents, Louisa and Simon. I know they'll be so proud of him, and it's wonderful to see footy clubs really having an impact in our communities.
Just a major moment, and for those children who don't fit into that mainstream system, they have a sense of belonging, they're having fun. And as you mentioned, it's that networking sense of support for the families.
Absolutely.
We heard from the mum, just others get it, which is really important to know that you're not alone. Jason Stanton just doing a phenomenal job. So wonderful job, Jess. Thank you very much. Wonderful to meet all those good people doing great things down in the show.